Okay, so today we have Dropkick Murphys and the season's upon us. As I release this, it is Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays if you celebrate, whatever you celebrate. If you don't celebrate, then just have a nice day. My goodness. But anyway, after I did a reaction to the Pogues' Fairy Tale of New York back last Christmas, my goodness, people talked about this song, The Season's Upon Us by Dropkick Murphys. Of course, I would say Dropkick Murphys. I've only heard a handful of their songs. I've never heard this one, but I would say they were influenced by the Pogues, I would think. Anyway, so let's get into this, talk about it after, watch the video here too, and let's just have some fun. Let's go. Season.
The season's upon us, it's that time of year. Brandy and eggnog, there's plenty of cheer. There's lights on the trees and there's wreaths to be hung. There's mischief and mayhem and songs to be sung. There's bells and there's holly, the kids are gung-ho. True love finds a kiss beneath fresh mistletoe. Some families are messed up while others are fine. If you think yours is crazy, well, you should see mine. My sisters are whack jobs, I wish I had none. Their husbands are losers and so are their sons. My nephew's a horrible, wise little twit. He once gave me a nice gift-wrapped box full of he likes to pelt carolers with icy snowballs. I'd like to take them out back and deck more than the halls. With family like this, I would have to confess I'd be better off lonely, distraught and depressed. The season's upon us, it's that time of year. Brandy and eggnog, there's plenty of cheer. There's lights on the trees and there's wreaths to be hung. There's mischief and mayhem and songs to be sung. They call this Christmas where I'm from. My mom likes to cook, push our buttons and prod. My brother just brought home another big broad. The eyes roll and whispers come loud from the kitchen. I'd come home more often if they'd only quit bitching. Dad, on the other hand's a selfish old sod. Drinks whiskey alone with my miserable dog, who won't run off at Jerry, couldn't care less. He defiled my teddy bear and left me the mess. The season's upon us, it's that time of year. Brandy and eggnog, there's plenty of cheer. There's lights on the trees and there's wreaths to be hung. There's mischief and mayhem and songs to be sung. They call this Christmas where I'm from. The table set, we raise a toast. The Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost. I'm so glad this day only comes once a year. You can keep your opinions, your presents, your Happy New Year. They call this Christmas where I'm from. They call this Christmas where I'm from.
My God, what a band. All right, Dropkick Murphys and The Season's Upon Us. I mean, my God. I like how there was just a picture of John F. Kennedy hanging in the room there throughout the video near the end of it, I guess. But anyway, obviously, this is, I mean, a Boston they're a Boston Celtic band, you would say. I mean, this is Irish folk rock. This is Irish folk at its best. And like I said, I would imagine, yes, they took a lot from the Pogues, or they listened to the Pogues and all that stuff, and bands of that like. And it's just, I mean, what a quirky, funny, humorous song about this time of the year. And again, it seems, it comes across, maybe the lead singer here, and I do believe that, I know the band has a few lead singers, there's not just one lead singer, but it's Ken Casey in this one. Also, Al Barr also is on lead vocals for them at times. So anyway, I mean, the whole band was singing here, of course, but Ken Casey was at the forefront of this one. And I feel like, they just all have the same gruff, rough but powerful voice, and it's so boisterous too, and it's so loud, and it just cuts right through, it cuts through right the tension. My God, it cuts right through tension, and just here it comes. His voice is just so booming, and he jumps through a window. I don't know if he does it himself, or there's I guess a stunt double, whatever. But it's just showing the chaos of Christmas, and how ruckus it can become. And like I was gonna say, he seems like a bit of a curmudgeon, maybe a Scrooge, you might say. But it seems like he wouldn't have it any other way for this to be like, this is what Christmas is like for his family. And now he talks about, you think your Christmas is bad, your family's bad for Christmas. You should see mine. And here they come barreling in through the door, and one falls down, and someone falls down the stairs, and you just get a sense of already of what we're about to hear. And I mean, the accordion obviously on this song, and as you saw, the band at the end of it too, just sit, by the couch there, just to show everyone in their glory. And one in a kilt as well. Again, I just love their style. I guess their style of, I guess, clothing. You would say their aesthetic in that way, but also their style of music here. Something I don't listen to often, and when I do, I always enjoy it. And again, it's just New England, I guess, is not really that far from where I am, so there is a relatability there too. And when he says a line like, before I go into the lyrics, I do have to mention, when he says a line like, my sister, I have how many sisters, whatever sisters I have, I wish I had none. That's really relatable for me too, because I have 4 sisters and I have no brothers. And yeah, and again, it's relatable as hell. So I just like that too. And like I said, though, I was gonna say he seems conflicted, but I'm not really conflicted. He just seems that this is how he shows his love, in this way. He talks about how he hates his, not hate, maybe hates is a strong word, but he dislikes this time of year, and he's happy it only happens once this time of year. But it seems like, he's happy that it does happen at all, and there's some happiness that does come to him through this too. But anyway, like, just looking at the personnel here, and this is for the whole album of Signed and Sealed in Blood, but this is the album the track appears on, so I'm just looking at the personnel here. But Al Barr, like I said, is on lead vocals, but I would imagine he was just doing backing vocals on this one. Tim Brennan is on guitars, accordion, bouzouki, piano, whistle, and vocals as well. Ken Casey, like I said, is on lead vocals and bass guitar. Jeff DeRosa is on banjo, bouzouki as well, my goodness, mandolin, mandola, acoustic guitar, piano, auto harp, vocals. This is what I'm saying. There's so many instruments, and I'm not saying all these instruments are on the single track, but like, the mandolin, the banjo, you get the accordion, which is very important here. These kind of instruments that I don't hear a lot in songs I listen to, songs from the 80s, or I'm talking about like synth pop or something like that, or I guess, rock of the 80s or the 90s, whatever. I don't hear too many banjos or bouzouki's, if I'm saying that right at all. Anyway, Matt Kelly is on drums and vocals, James Lynch, guitars and vocals, and then Scruffy Wallace, I love it, is on bagpipes and whistles. And bagpipes, I think there was a bagpipes on this one, to say, because the guy was wearing the kilt there, but I don't remember if he was holding the bagpipes or not. And then Michelle DeRosa was on vocals on this song too. It seemed like this is a song where everyone just joined in, and that's the point of it. That's the point of Christmas. That's the point of the season. That's the point of the joy that should come with Christmas. Again, Christmas is not always a joyful time for some people. I mean, I understand that, but for this family here, I mean, obviously it's a ruckus time, and it's a time to have fun and time to fucking go nuts, and they love it in that way. Well, let's get into these lyrics with the first part. It's the chorus. So why not start off with the chorus? Start off with a bang. The season's upon us. It's that time of year. Brandy and eggnog, there's plenty of cheer. There's lights on the trees, and there's wreaths to be hung. There's mischief and mayhem and songs to be sung. I mean, it just paints a vivid picture of what happens. I mean, on every Christmas at Christmas dinner tables, and I mean, my God, and again, we're just talking about what happens. Brandy and eggnog, alcohol, I would say, and eggnog going all around. There's plenty of cheer. I mean, yes, there is. Hell yeah. And I mean, again, it's not like this for every family. And he goes on to talk about that a bit here in this first verse. There's bells and there's holly. The kids are all gun ho. True love finds a kiss beneath fresh mistletoe. Again, the rhyming here is so simple, but it's effective. It's catchy. It's fun. That's the whole point. It's not supposed to be. I don't think you're supposed to go through these lyrics like a sleuth or whatever and try to find meanings. I mean, it's all just right out there, straightforward as hell for you. Some families are messed up, while others are fine. So like I said, right there, some families are fine, some are messed up. And some people don't even have families, I guess, on Christmas, if you want to go that way too. And, Christmas is not a great time of year, but for these people, that's obviously it's a very crazy time of year. And this guy would rather be by himself, it seems like, as he finishes off this verse with that line. But anyway, if you think yours is crazy, well, you should see mine. And here they all come in. My sisters are whack jobs. I wish I had none. Again, very relatable. I don't wish I had none, but they can be crazy. Their husbands are losers, and so are their sons. Very honest, very real, very raw. And I didn't mention, but in the video, I don't know if that's actually the band members' families who are in the video, but it seems like it is. I mean, it seems so real to me, and they seem so quirky. It's such a quirky video that works so well, and you got him going, through a shop and taking a cookie or whatever it was and being told, no, you can't do that. But yeah, it just seems so real, and that they actually know these people. These aren't actors. That's what comes to my mind. Unless they are, then good job. God dang. Anyway, my nephew's a horrible, wise little twit. What a great line there. My God. He once gave me a nice gift wrapped box full of shit. And they don't say shit in the video, but you can kind of tell what he wanted to say. He likes to pelt carolers with icy snowballs. This kid doesn't seem to be, he might be on the naughty list, you might say. I like to take him out back and deck more than the halls. And again, you can kind of understand what he wants to do with this kid. Maybe, I don't know, whatever. I mean, I was going to say throw him around, but maybe that's too much. With family like this, I would have to confess I'd be better off lonely, distraught, and depressed. Now, he says that, but for me, I'm almost thinking, would he really want to be like that? Or does he kind of almost like this in some weird way? Where, he on the outside, he hates this, but on the inside, he's happy to see these people once a year. He's happy it only happens once a year anyway. Then we go into the second chorus. The season's upon us. I mean, it's the same chorus pretty much as the first one. It's that time of year, brandy and eggnog, plenty of cheer. There's cheer all around. There's drinking going on. It's a party, and everyone seems to be into it. My goodness. Then we go on to the second verse. My mom likes to cook, push our buttons, and prod. Again, it does seem like that can't happen. Moms do ask questions, or whoever, will ask questions. They don't see you all the time. I guess you might see your mom all the time, but just different people that you don't see all the time asking questions, prodding, maybe trying to have an argument. That can happen, I know of. My brother just brought home another big broad, I guess. This brother always seems to have a new broad, I guess you might say. The eyes roll in whispers, come love from the kitchen. I'd come home more often if they'd only quit bitching. I get he's very honest here. He's very he's aware of everything that's going on. Dad, on the other hand, is a selfish old sod. I like how he's talking about every person individually. He talked about his sisters, his nephews, his mom, his brother, his dad. Now it's just, it's all talking about Christmas on this as well. We're bringing Christmas into talking about these people too. Dad, on the other hand, is a selfish old sod. And sod, that's a slang. It's like a British term, I think. Anyway, drinking whiskey alone with my miserable dog. Again, even the dog, he has to call miserable. My goodness. Who won't run or fetch. Yeah, he couldn't care less. He defiled my teddy bear and left me the mess. Again, it's just everything that could go wrong seems to be going wrong for this guy. He even hates the dog. And the dog doesn't play or go fetch, because why would he? He's sitting next to the dad, it seems like, and he's having a time of his life too. And then we have the chorus coming in again and again. Just the way they sing this, just all so proudly and so... it all comes right from their bellies. I don't know how to say it. It's all just so powerfully, and it's a song where you just want to sing along to. And a song that can be played in a bar or whatever. My God. And again, it's one of those things where you just have to sing it with people to get it out there. Anyway, then we go on with the outro at the end of it. The table's set. We raise a toast. The Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. I'm so glad this day only comes once a year. You can keep your opinions, your presence, your happy new year. And like I said, with the whole mom part and how she's kind of prodding or whatever, yeah, that can happen. People have their opinions. Again, they might cause arguments. You talk about presents and happy new year, and you can keep all of that. I don't want to hear any of it or see any of it. And we go on. They call this Christmas where I'm from. They call this Christmas where I'm from. And now, again, there does seem to be kind of a, I don't know if it's a darkness or whatever, but a negativity that he's talking about through the whole thing. But even at the end of it, I'm still thinking they call this Christmas, they call this craziness, these people where I'm, that I have to put up with. They call this Christmas where I'm from. And again, I'm so glad this happens only once a year. But it seems like he is still happy that it does happen once a year. And he's happy again that it does happen only once a year. So again, that does seem to be some kind of, he does seem to be taking some kind of happiness in this occasion, but it does, you know, get on his nerves, and it does test his nerves, but at the same time, he does seem to be okay with it happening. I don't know, that's what comes to my mind anyway, and maybe again I'm just filled with the Christmas spirit, so I want to think happily about this. But anyway, it's just so fun, and again, relatable for so many people, especially so many people with big families that you gotta host or whatever. I mean, my God, I can only imagine how that goes. I'm happy, you know, my family's not too big, you know, I don't gotta see too many people, and I do see these people already often enough, so it's not like when I go to a Christmas dinner, I'm seeing new people for the first time. So anyway, I mean, what a great Christmas track. Again, a track that will be played over and over for years to come. You know, from 2012 here it was released, but it's one of those songs where it will just keep getting played every Christmas. It's a Christmas classic, you might say. It has become, I guess you would say, from the comments and such that I see. And, you know, of the same ilk, I guess you would say, of like White Christmas or Jingle Bell Rock or whatever it is. And, you know, these songs that are played forever, this seems to have that potential. And I guess it does. You know, again, it's been over a decade and people still come back to it. So anyway, I guess that's all I got to say. So thanks for watching. Thanks for liking, subscribing, commenting. Again, happy holidays wherever you are. And again, if you don't celebrate or whatever you do celebrate, I hope you have a great time. And because, you know, I love this time of year. I mean, my God, I love Christmas. So anyway, thanks for everything. I'll talk to you guys again soon.